That's a loose pass, but it's worked out.
Other way, come on, eyes up!
Go on, play.
Sophie, drop, side, shoulder!
Katrina Kippur with the cross inside. Goalkeeper collects.
Come on, go wide! Safe, come in! Go play feet! Come and sit, we got numbers.
Don't think NTC have seen much of the ball since that goal went in, but it's a backwards pass there. It's right behind Gummer. It's interesting when you're sitting this close to the pitch how much you can hear number 11 from South Pollock.
Jamie Pollock
really controls the game. You can hear that American accent coming out really loud. That must be.
Ross goes out for a goal kick.
It'd be interesting to see from here how South Melbourne set up against what can sometimes be a little bit predictable way of playing out from the NTC. See if they try and stifle that.
Starting shape, Sarah! Out here!
Or whether they sit off it. It looks like they've decided to sit off a little bit.
Further, Sarah! Further over!
There we go. And they've got through. They've just played it straight through them. And a decent ball across the pitch.
The foul called there, the edge of the box going South Melbourne's way.
Starting shape, out. Right? Hey, when they play out, remember what I asked for?
Long probing ball over the top by South.
We'll see him get up a bit quicker though.
Collected by Claudia Miocic, but she is hotly contested. And it's come loose.
Yeah. No advantage coming from that. She just pulled her back.
Kelsey Minton draws the foul there. Favourable position for South.
I'd hazard a guess that South will be looking for Leah Varley in this situation. The number 31 is a tall player.
So Sophie Papatsanis. What will they make of it here? Long cross over the top.
For it, and she's hit it over. Could argue that's a slightly wasted opportunity when you've got everyone forward. Your centre backs have come up. Need to see a little bit more quality in there, I would say.
Don't let them have anyone free in the midfield.
So.
Stop that one!
Rally taking everybody on from right back. almost got through.
What's the transition?
Sarah Richardson under pressure now on the byline. South carefully working their way.
Oh.
A nice little flick on there. Adriana Jones teasing the ball on the edge of the box.
Oh.
Wayward pass goes out for a throw-in.
Ended up, she had quite a lot of space in there, and then the NTC shut her down fairly well. The question would be is how they got that far that quickly. As to whether the NTC have got back, but recovered it well.
Long ball over the top.
Alex Gummer just dealt with that well. Yeah, linesman's flagged that one. We're 15 minutes in, and the NTC seem to be a lot more composed than they were last week against Calder. They've done well to bounce back from that quite large defeat and be a lot more controlled today.
I feel composure is going to be key. Both teams seem to be trying to work their way through as opposed to playing the ball into space. Nice control there from South.
Can we find the ball?
Breakaway.
Oh, it's a decent ball, but it's massively overhit. It's the third time they've got out of that, got past that press.
NTC stringing some passes together, and again,
go on. Deliver.
Going out wide.
Yeah, well headed.
And as you said, it's going to come down to who's stifling the other style.
And go again. Same ball again, same result. Overhit. Adriana Jones is looking to split those two centre backs, and that's twice in a couple of minutes. She's given the players the option to play through, and it's been overhit.
Cindy Lay just laying the ball a bit too hard, if you will.
Yeah. Which for some of her quality, that won't happen all day. She will. There will be a point where she breaks that perfectly.
Wayward shot takes a touch. South looking to switch up the passage of play. And offside is called there by the referee.
Great touch. Can we find someone? She's going to go alone. She's off. We had three running through there, South, and first touch maybe wasn't quite far enough out of her feet from Cindy.
Sarah Richardson straying just a tiny bit offside there. Good looking counter attack there for South Melbourne.
There you go. And again, South just sitting off NTC, and We've won it there with Jamie Pollock, which is great.
Sky calling for it. She gets it. Jamie
We're
Pollock
across. It's corner for South Melbourne. Again, I imagine Varley will be a target here.
Cross comes in.
And as it happened, Varley did get the head, but gave away the free kick in the process. It's a good delivery from Sophia Sakalis, though.
Erin Hudson, so far, an easy job today, just yelling out some instructions and gathering a few shots coming her way.
If you just see, Chris, how the goal kick's being taken and they're sitting right off the two centre-backs, but as soon as the ball's delivered, they're running in and they've managed to force a long ball, which has come to nothing. And the win there. Great touch by Alana Janchevsky.
She looks for the over-the-top lob. Alexandra Gummer doing a great job of clean-up there in the middle. I think any attacks coming Gummer's way are just being smothered right there in the final third.
Yeah, she's doing well so far. But South struggling to find the ball forward out of defence, and they're playing along their own 18-yard line. Possibly a bit too much, but then trying to force it, and that's happened. Turnover.
Hudson assessing her options. Finds Sky out left.
There we go, so we're off. Pressure on the goalkeeper here, pressure.
Kelsey Minton doing very well to keep the ball at her feet there. Out wide again.
It's Carlos in the box. Must finish. Ooh.
Shot smothered. Just there on the penalty spot.
And again, the NTC breaking out of that press with relative ease. Cindy Labour's space in the middle.
Finds Adriana. Tries a little dink. And the shot's
It's a good
on,
strike.
the
Who's
goal.
following up? Cindy Lay to follow. Oh, and she's played it straight into the keeper's hands, and she was offside.
Very good couple of stops there. Kayla Zimmerska coming up with a very good play for NTC.
Got Gummer big and strong there again. Look at that. And we're playing. Neat little triangle. What's the delivery? Oh. Played on the ball, reluctant to get the ball across.
Flicks it on there. to
Gummer in.
Alexandra
Oh,
Gummer.
and that's in.
And that's
straight
a goal.
in. Oh.
What a goal from Alexandra Gummer. Wow. Was it a cross or
We'll
was it a
ask her
shot?
later, but I would hazard that was a cross. But she'll take it, and South will take it. That may knock some wind out of the NTC.
It's the age-old question. Was it a shot or was it a cross? Doesn't matter. It went in.
Exactly.
2-0 to South Melbourne.
Important now with the NTC being a young squad, it'd be great to see their heads stay up and really try and force the game, take the game to South as such and try and win this.
NTC trying to muster an answer for that goal.
Quick, out this way!
Tough challenge from behind there by Claudia Mircic, and she's pulled up for the foul.
Hey, come on. If Sarah makes a run inside and we've got numbers back, go. Right, like a bit, yeah. Hey, step on it!
Let's go. We're going to see a hit? No, not quite.
They certainly haven't shied away after that goal, and as you said, they are taking it to South Melbourne.
Yeah, it's good. Like I say, after the result they had last week, if you were their coaches, you'd want to see a positive result, positive performance.
Very good cutout there.
Get it! Good pressure, girls!
Pressure just forcing a loose pass in there.
Sarah just forcing the throw in there on the touchline.
Ooh.
Bit of a clumsy challenge.
No, nothing given.
Suppose you have to factor in intent.
Two NTC players just running into Cindy Lay there. Did well to stay on her feet.
And the long shot there is just slightly off target, but very ambitious.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the South coaches are wondering why there's so much room in there for the NTC players in that 40 yards out centre of the park. It's something they're going to have to look at because they won't all end up as goal kicks. And drive.
NTC trying to press into South's defence a little bit more, but they leave themselves exposed with a high back line. Matters not as they keep possession. Nice little back heel there, and the counter might be on. Again, very, very well cut out. Grace Taranto is just looking fantastic there for NTC in the back. And the ball comes
Well,
over the top.
It's just spun away from her, Chris. Cindy Lay brings it out of defence. Can we attack with some pace? It's a great little ball.
It's a foot race between goalkeeper and goalkeeper comes up top.
Drive with the reason in your head, okay? Push up a little bit safe in that pocket. Keep going. If it comes out, right.
Jamie just overstepping the ball there.
Safe shoulder. Step up, Leah. Step up a little bit. Offside, she's off. Yeah, good work, girl. Excellent.
Shalene Shamoon called offside there.
Good line held there by South Melbourne in the end. They've caught them a few times.
With the wow!
Great finish. What did we say? We said 2 seconds ago, like about the amount of space, and they're not all going to end up like goal kicks, and they haven't addressed it, and she's pinged one in.
Katrina Nickpur has looked fantastic all day so far, attacking out wide. That one was straight through the middle, right through the guts, and over the head.
Let's put them right back in it as well. 2-1.
South Melbourne lead.
Hey, let's get our eyes up before the ball comes. Come on.
There we go. Sure, Erin Hudson will be not overly happy with the amount of space the player had
Let's go.
to take that strike, Chris. That's a lot better. That's a lot quicker from South Melbourne on the ball. The end result was not great, but it's a lot quicker. We go, we stepped off. Stepped off, and they're not pushing as a group.
Just delay.
Alexandra Gummer coming up strong with the ball there, puts it through. Zadriana going to beat the goalkeeper. He's taken the shot, goes out for a goal kick. Probably just a bit too much spin on that one. Again, Adriana Jones giving that option to play it down into the channel or in between the centre backs twice in a couple of minutes.
Hey girls, don't let it play in between you. One mark, one cover. And step up. Don't let it take you back.
Looked like the number 7 from NTC there was just struggling a little bit, just talking to one of the coaches, so we'll see how she goes with that.
Shoulder, Gummer, shoulder.
It's brought a bit of more life into the NTC as well. They're all immediately looking more composed on the ball.
You called it perfectly. You don't want it. The cross comes in. It's kept in by Shailen Shamoon, but he's called offside, unfortunately.
No, it's gone out. It's a goal kick.
Oh, it's actually gone out.
It's a goal
right.
kick, yeah. It's a goal kick, but again, a lot of space centrally. Okay, we forced them out wide, but it's a good delivery and unlucky not to get on the end of it. Southwood just got to compose themselves here now. They're still leading the game. They'd still be favourites to win the game. They just need to just get themselves back in control.
Still very much anyone's game at 2-1.
Hudson's aiming for a long goal kick. There we go.
Sarah Richardson comes up with the ball, and she's found Alexandra Gummer out wide. taking on the defence.
She's done it. Is that a finish? No one making a run from deep there, Chris. Nobody. Time in. South will be looking to play the rest of this half out in the NTC's half.
Jay, drop, just hold. Sophia, push up.
Varley with a great delivery. Oof. Well claimed.
Cindy, quicker, let's go. Pick up the 11.
Kayla Zimovska coming up again, good.
Space centrally again. Poor pass.
You almost think that it's going to come down to who can capitalise on whose errors and make a chance out of it.
Looks like I'd be very shocked though, Chris, if South came out in the second half after a little bit of a regroup and gave this much room to the NTC, because we all know what they can do when they have space on the ball.
Ball stolen there.
She's recovered it just about.
Holly Furfing doing very well to force a throw in out of seemingly nothing. Cross comes in.
Yeah, great header. Well won. Sophia Carlos playing on the edge of her own box. Sort of playing with fire there, trying to take too many touches, but luckily for her and luckily for South, there was a given the foul.
Holly. There you go.
Oof. Cross ball. The ball across her own goal, should I say, sorry. It's come to nothing.
Leah, sort it out, please.
Tug on the arm there, we'll get her a bit of a talking to. Alexandra Gummer unhappy with the call and no yellow card. Viviana Jones with a nice little flick on. If someone had run onto that, that could have been perfect.
Sarah, drop. Sarah, pick up the 11. Sophia, come.
We see some real intent from the NTC now. Loose pass.
Great little chip in there from Ellie Vlemenek.
Go, step off. Toy, together, you two.
Shayla and Shamoon again, just having a little bit of trouble down here with the trainers. Ball's being kicked out. Can only imagine what words are going to be said with the South group to try and regroup them now. Chris, NTC probably be a bit annoyed that the game's had to stop, because they were playing well there last 5 minutes.
You'd imagine in these conditions both sides would appreciate just a bit of a short drinks break.
Yeah. This privileged position we've got here, Chris, we can hear a lot of talk and a lot of motivation coming from the South girls. They don't seem too happy with how they're performing at the moment. There's a lot of talk about players in the middle needing more support and the attackers giving more options. The NTC, fairly quiet and looking quite pleased with themselves so far.
Instructions from the NTC coaching group do seem fairly reserved for now.
Yeah.
South clearly demanding perfection from their players in all aspects. Judging by the team talks, you'd never guess that they were the ones 2-1 winning.
You wouldn't guess it at all. That's the levels they're setting though. To these guys will be thinking in the back of their mind they need to keep up with Calder, who are setting the pace in the early days. So they want to be getting as good a result here as they can.
Let's go!
Gummer throwing it straight back to the NTC, and we're back in play.
Heavy touch there from Holly Furphy. Just puts herself under a bit of pressure.
No turn, let's go!
Furphy sends it down wide and long. Gummer well and truly on top of that.
Go into the 7. Shape. Just sit in the 9 for now.
Seems so far Shmoon's going to be okay. Aaron Hudson just played out. Carlos, great little ball. Love that. If Jones drive in, and finish. Yeah, good finish.
Excellent run there on the byline by Adriana Jones.
That's Chris, where the quality of player that South attract comes into play. Great little ball down the line. Jones, everything right. Touch in towards goal. Good delivery. Fairly weak finish, but the positioning was perfect to be there, and keeper's gone the wrong way in the end. So, good resolve. All that talking to each other in that break may have helped, you know. May have done something.
South Melbourne asked, and they delivered shortly after that team talk there.
Exactly. Just got to be careful now not to leave that space centrally that I keep going on about, but. Corner ball. 4 or 5 minutes left in the half. NTC will be wanting to try and keep their noses in the game a little bit. And you know, great win there by Varley, I believe.
Yep. Furphy just giving away a slightly clumsy foul there.
Carlos has done well there. She's just tried to hold the ball up and attracted the foul from her there. So clever play.
South taking the ball fairly quickly.
Touch.
Cross comes in looking for Sarah Richardson. Just gets past her.
Let's go! Drop!
And is that maybe going to be a pattern we see now going down that right hand side?
Not for long if NTC have anything to say about it.
Sophia!
Holly Furphy.
Keep coming!
It's a rather sloppy ball that across after a good drive forward. Jamie Pollock there just demanding options. Slightly off.
Almost running onto that one. The ball was just a little bit too heavy for her.
Like we said earlier, hearing someone of Pollock's quality in the middle there just demanding things from her teammates, it's proving to be a big leader in there.
Chesky trying a through ball. And that's what you want to see from a leader, is that.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Good fella! Lara, adjust the body. Holly, let's go, get across!
Gummer calling for it early, and she almost gets it. Has the right idea.
I think they just had two different versions of the same idea in their heads. pushing on a bit tighter, South Melbourne here. They're really trying to lock it out and play the rest of the game down here. The rest of the half, sorry. Yes, and they forced the heavy touch.
Jamie Pollock again calling for support.
Finish, finish, finish. Oof. It's a great little touch on the edge of the box by, can't quite see the number, but great
Kelsey
little
Minton.
Kelsey Minton, there we go. Touch across her body, across the box, bang. Unlucky not to find the far corner.
We are going to see a sub here in this first half. Ellie Remenick. Under pressure from Sarah Richardson.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Nicola Schubert coming on. Yeah, it's easy pickings for Erin Hudson. Jones bundled off the ball there. NTC players not convinced by that one.
And we will see that sub there for NTC. Shaylin Shamoon coming off, being replaced by Nicola Schubert.
It's led to a slight little change in positioning for some of the girls. Schubert seems to be going out onto the left-hand side. And Katrina Kapoor, even though she's done quite well out on that side, has been shifted over to the right. Offside.
Turn and face! Indy, don't let her get on it! Sky, you're flat. Drop off a little bit, one of you.
Sophia Sakalis coming up with the goods there in the middle. Turned over by Jamie Pollock. Holly Furphy striding forward.
Again, look at the big gap in the middle there, Chris, until Cindy Lay came back to cover it. Oof. Important foot there from the right back.
Furphy almost finding Schubert out wide, but Schubert seems to have straight offside.
Now, play, let's go!
NTC not taking any time. Janczewski tries from out long.
Hudson just watches that go by. It was always straying wide. But good intent from the NTC. Looks like there's not going to be too much added time at the end of this half. 2 minutes it looks like adding on.
Referee calling for the ball to be played.
Right, ball, Aaron. Let's go, win it! Come on, South!
Pass just behind Nicholas Schubert there. Needed to be a fraction earlier.
There you go, Chris. 2 minutes added on at the end of the first half.
Quicker! Move it! Now, this way!
Another probing ball over the top for South. Cut out there by Ali Vamenik. Janczewski trying once again for that long-range bomb.
Cindy, you and Jamie, one needs to mark that. We've got 2 sixes there. Someone's going to pick up.
She's tried that a few times throughout this half, and you'd imagine she might just get one on target if she finds the right space.
Possibly, Chris, yeah. Again, keeps getting given the space there. She's going to keep going. Going to keep trying the same thing.
Sarah Richardson doing well to keep the ball at her feet there in the middle.
And there we go, that's the end of the half, 3-1 South.
Still
Good.
Plenty of football to be played.
Yeah, topsy-turvy, there were points there where South were ahead, South were in charge, NTC again. Excited for the next.
What needs to change for the second half for both sides?
For both sides, I think NTC need to have a little bit more quality in their finishing. I think they've created enough chances, they're exploiting the gaps quite well, but the quality of the final ball and the pass and the strike needs to be better. As for South, they need to remain composed. They're extremely composed in their own half of the pitch and they're seeming to play out well. They lose that composure when they cross the halfway line, and unfortunately that's the critical zone if you want to score goals. So be interesting to see how they come out.
We will see what the second half brings. Here at the Knox Regional Football Centre, it is South Melbourne 3, NTC Women's 1.
I'm right. Oh, thank you. Nearly got
And welcome back to our live stream of NPLW's game here in the Knox Regional Football Centre between NTC and South Melbourne women. South Melbourne currently leading 3-1. I'm Chris and I'm still joined by Dean. We're expecting some big things at this half, aren't we, Dean?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this half. I want to see the NTC take it to South Melbourne, sort of get ahead of them in a way of psychologically they were beating each other up at the end of that half, Chris. So I want to see them, the NTC, really capitalise on that, and I think if they score next it'll be an interesting game. Otherwise we're in danger of South maybe running away with this. So high energy from the NTC I'm expecting. There we go, they're looking to press, which is good. Let's play. Cindy Lay driving forward there with the ball, just getting clipped by Janchevsky, I think. She might have to be careful here. She's been giving away a few free kicks during this game. But, good drive from Cindy Lay there and brought the foul on. Interesting to see Varley taking this free kick rather than being one of the main players in the box.
She has been the target of a few set pieces in that first half.
Having said that, very good delivery.
Sky Jensen found herself unmarked.
Oh,
couldn't get enough strength on her header. Adriana Jones with the ball in the box.
Oh, they've got away with that one, Chris, because that pass was never on. That was never on. The keepers tried to play in a way that's not available at that time. Decision's got to be better there. Very, very lucky to get away with just a corner from that. Now we've got Varley central with her hand in the air.
Crosses
Delivered in,
high.
great goalkeeping, great punch away. Are they going to press high?
Sky trying to force another attack. Finds Sarah Richardson inside the box.
Onside.
Adriana Jones almost found herself in a bit of space, but is pinged for offside there.
A bit more movement in the box.
It's a bit of a better ball from the goalkeeper there.
Varley asking who's marking. out wide.
Oof. Oh, she's put her centre back partner in. She's off.
And she's bundled from behind. What's the decision going to be?
It's going to be.
And it's a red card.
Oh, you've got to feel for the NTC there. I can't help but feel that was an offside. And for that to be the ending.
Emily Raymond given her marching orders early in this second half.
It's on the edge.
Sorry. Mia Chich, rather. Emily Raymond plays for South. I've mixed up my fours like one Graham Poll at the 2006 World Cup.
Oh, I remember that. Interesting fact, Graham Poll comes from the same town as me in England.
How about that?
Yeah, strange.
Interestingly enough as well, it is a free kick on the edge of the area.
Well, they're up against it now, the NTC. They need to... It'll be really, really good to see the character that they can show from this. South will see this as an opportunity to really capitalise and up the goal difference.
Free kick just over the top of the bar there.
Yeah, drop in here. Don't let him out this way. Work, Kelsey.
Kelsey Minton winning the header. Just can't chase that ball down.
Don't let him out. Don't let him out now.
So, just trying to work out here, Chris, what shape the NTC have gone to, because they're quite a rigid 4-3-3 as a plan, so don't know which player they've dropped here so far.
Kelsey Minton driving down the right side, crosses it in, trying to find Adriana Jones, and she's flagged for offside once again. You'd imagine NTC would be looking to sacrifice probably one of their attackers to drop back.
I assume so. I think it looks from the way they're setting up here, they're playing with no 9. So they've kept their 7-11 out wide, and they've got a sort of a 10/9 there. With that in mind, that probably allows the South players to push on a little bit more, knowing that there's less of a threat. So I'd expect to see a few more players flooding forward from South in attack.
Nicola Schubert playing the 1-2 there.
Overhit it.
Hey, Kelsey. Go 1v1. Go. Alright? Hey, you did the right thing, but Adrian needs to check off. Right? Let's go, get some movement!
So NTC lining up a sub here. It looks like Naomi Chinama to come on. Defensive player, which makes sense, I guess, in the scenario. Having just lost a defender. Sorry. South also lining up a sub here. Can't quite see the numbers as yet.
Gemma Leo also coming on for NTC. Emily Raymond coming on for South as well. Sub is being prepared. South will be looking to launch a counter-attack here. Nice switch up in play by Jamie Pollock. Might almost escapes Gummer there. Does well to get the ball forward.
You see, with that lack of the 9 there, they don't have that penetration to go through at the NTC, so it nullifies them an awful lot. South just need to maintain calm here, and if they move the ball around just like that, they'll break them down.
Joanna Jones tries for the shot.
She's hit the bar.
Cracks the bar and sends a warning signal to the NTC that she is looking.
One touch out of her feet and bang. Keeper was beaten.
Hey, next out, ref.
Holly Furphy trying to take everybody on. Comes a very long way with the ball. Finds Nick Poor, who tries the shot out.
Just dribbling straight to her feet, but that's good intent. They're still trying to get forward, and well, she may have hurt herself when she struck that. Jamie Pollock coming off, the captain, who's been quite a vocal player in there for South. Maybe they're looking at the game for next week and just giving her a bit of a rest.
Katrina Nick Poor, who's poured basically her heart and soul into this game for the NTC. She'll be coming off for one Holly Murray shortly. And as you said, Dean, she looks like she might have hurt herself on that shot.
Yeah, she looks pretty upset to be coming off there.
Does not look happy. Hope it's nothing too serious as well. She has looked very good out wide and through the middle today.
Hopefully the fourth official's keeping track of how long that is to add on. Like a salmon the way she went over there, Chris. It's sort of landed. Well, Kelsey's at the back post there. She made the inward run. It was a good run, good idea.
She hasn't given up on that ball either.
No, she's going to win it.
Keeps it in on the goal line. Very well done there.
Oh, it's the car, that's a bit too much.
No, win it! Win it! Too easy.
Still lots of space in there for the NTC. I know it's in their own half, but the pressure from South should be much greater considering they've got the one player advantage.
Gemma Leo and Holly Murray almost combining on that play. Decent introduction from the two subs there.
Come, girl. Let's see if we can find you. Now this space for Sophia. Sophia! Look where the space is. You're onside, you're onside. Good, Holly.
NTC certainly haven't given up any pressure despite being a man down.
No.
Very impressive showing of intent there from the girls.
Cindy Lay showing some absolute quality there with that turn and pass.
Sarah Richardson almost trying to shake off a marker. Gee, she's been everywhere, Sarah, hasn't she?
Oh, that's a shocking touch by Jones. It's got to be better than that if they want to get themselves well ahead in this game. That touch has got to be better.
Play out here, out. Let's go. Sophie, go high, Sophie.
Again, a bit too slow to try and switch the ball.
Sophie, go.
Oh,
Wider.
Carlos with a great little turn and ball.
Papatsanis finds Adriana inside. Almost gets ahead to it, just a bit too high. Kelsey Minton with the shot, and it's gathered very nicely.
Again, if you're Michelle Gallo on the bench there for South, you're expecting that to go in the back of the net. They have to be more clinical. Firth's on about her 5th run of 20, 30, 40 metres even. No one seems to be getting near her today. How has she allowed that? She has just run 40, 50 metres with that ball, almost uncontested.
Still plenty of life in the NTC, which is a great sign to see despite being a man down. And as you said, if they leave players unmarked like that, it's only going to be a matter of time before they find another goal from somewhere.
Yeah. Oof.
Nicola Schubert with a very tough challenge there.
It's interesting, it shows a bit more of a grit to the NTC than we've seen in the last few years. They've always been a little bit soft as such, I guess, and we've seen a few decent crunching tackles coming in, which is different aspect of the game that the NTC are playing.
Papatsanis just trying to shake off that knock there. Possibly a cork.
Just a quick sub there for South Melbourne. Number 9, Kelsey Minton. Sorry, I lost my words there. Kelsey Minton coming off. And number 30 coming on. We'll just do a name check on that one.
Sophia Sakalis finding Adriana Jones, but that ball just gets behind her feet. She loses it. Let's see if Holly Furphy makes another 40-metre run. She's doing very well to hold up the ball. Naomi Chinama.
Tell you what, Chris, Naomi oh, that's a great delivery. Can we finish? We've let it run wide. Schubert's not able to get there, but that's good work from the NTC.
Great cross there from Shannon.
That's though, Chris, where not having that 9, the 9 would be running in there, and that would be put away. As I was saying, Naomi Chinama, she plays in the under-19s or the junior squad for the NTC, and she's an extremely strong, good player running out of defence, which we saw there. She's, for me, some prospect. I think she's going to be a very, very good player. Certainly know that the Bayside United, she was very, very good against us, and yeah, I'm intrigued to see how she turns out. South playing a little bit more direct this half as well. They're not playing across their own 18-yard box quite so much. Looking to play forward a bit quicker. It's a great ball. She's off. She's off. There we go, Chris. Naomi, see? Adriana thought it was going to bounce through. She's cleaned up really well.
She seems to be switching back between centre-back and defensive midfielder almost.
Yeah.
Covers 2 positions. She's doing very well though. Gummer coming in strong.
Holds firm there, and so I'm saying someone with the experience of Gummer up against a young girl like that, you would think she'd get round her, but she looked very composed and just knocked the ball out for the corner, no trouble.
Shot.
Shot that's actually cleared the boundary fence.
Impressive.
Yeah. In rugby, that's 3 points, so we'll give her that. Looks like South are lining up Quinn and Mazzeo to come on. Just waiting to see who are the players that are going to be called off.
Now wide. Get out. Start wide and then you can work in.
Guess they're hoping with the substitution that'll give a bit more energy into the squad and push up the goal difference, hopefully. That's all they'll be thinking about now. They'll feel the game's won and want to be getting somewhere near that 12 goal difference that Calder got off NTC last week.
Adriana Jones out away. The very heavy touch though. Cleared very well. Almost makes it to halfway. Good clearance there, but it's Mosca.
Yep.
Next stoppage in play, just confirming. We will see.
Cindy lays through. And finishes. And I believe it's her coming off, Chris, so that's her final kick, I think.
Very nice composure, very tidy finish there on the right foot. The right foot.
Tidy finish, stayed calm, didn't get overexcited.
Fantastic all-round display there from Cindy today. And a slight rejig in formation there for South Melbourne as well.
A little bit of confusion from the South girls as to what's going on here. Didn't know who's coming off. They're going for a drink. Oh, it's a drinks break. That's why. It's my fault.
Drinks break, as the conditions here are rather fresh and warm for an autumn day. 28 degrees. Good conditions for football, if you ask me.
Oh, it's a lovely day. No wind. Nice and still. The surface is pretty good up here at Knox. Compared to the last water break we had though, Chris, South are looking a lot more relaxed. There's a lot less, not fighting, but discussions going on. There's a few more smiles, so hopefully that reflects in how they play. NTC still rather subdued. So very, very calm and collected over there.
I think that's going to be key for the rest of this half, is keeping their composure and carving out whatever chances they can. They've done very, very well considering they're a man down.
Yeah, very, very well. But there'll be now sort of a damage limitation job, because psychologically they won't be able to afford 2 heavy defeats on the bounce. That's not going to help them. So show their resilience for a young squad. It's another area they can develop and learn. That's how they'll be looking at this game, I assume. Referees will be glad for a break as well.
Absolutely.
Although as we sit here, we've got the 4th official sitting around. He's found a shady spot. He seems to be the one that lucked out today.
Excellent work by everybody today.
And we're back in position. Let's see what the last 22 minutes has to go.
Safe. Watch this ball.
We're underway yet again.
Go, lads, good positioning. Excellent.
Holly Furphy seems to be the one to have dropped back from the attacking position. Dropped well into midfield, as you can see. She's made a few strong runs from deep in defensive midfield all the way to the final third for the NTC, and just an all-around utility.
Yeah, she's been very impressive today. Very, very impressive. South still seeming quite happy to play the ball across their 18-yard box a lot. They found themselves caught in a corner there a little bit. Oh, great strength though. It's a great ball from Alex Gummer out from the centre to the right-hand side. Across Mazeo for a first strike.
Narrowly
finished
misses.
it. She's missed it, sorry. First meaningful touch of the ball she's had, and slips it maybe a metre wide.
She was kept under pressure there, and these things are bound to happen, but very good sign, as you said. Very good first touch.
South still sitting off the defenders when they're playing out from a goalkeeper.
I suppose you can afford to when you're a man up.
Yeah.
Provenzano's cutting out the attack there and turning it right back over there in the middle, South.
Oh, great feet. Ooh.
Papa just giving away the throw in there.
Just want to see the ball get played forward a little bit more from South Melbourne. They've got the player advantage, and surely that's great feet though. That's what happens when they try and play the ball quickly, Chris. They're untouchable like that.
Keep working, keep working.
Shinama to Furphy, and Furphy finds Sewitts, Isabella Sewitts.
Come on, Em!
2 more subs coming on, Chris, it looks like. 1 for each team.
Yep, that's it. We're done.
Betty, higher, higher, Betty, higher. Go, 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 go.
It's one of those days where you've got to be a bit clever with the substitutions to keep the legs fresh and keep the intensity up in the games.
Absolutely.
Firth again on the turn with space. Plays in. And gathered quite nicely by Hudson.
Oh, win it back, win it back.
Looks like Paige Zoyce coming on for the NTC.
Come up. Drop in. Secure the sixes.
That's Chris has found his way out to a corner for the NTC here.
That's incredible stuff.
Player down, and they're still trying to push enough that they're winning. They're getting the ball in that zone to be creating corners.
Next one.
That's Shannon off for the NTC, and Zoyce coming on. See what difference she can make in the game.
The cross comes in.
Good delivery. Oh, Varley again. Just easy as you like. Plays out.
She's done very well to dominate the space around her wherever she's been, on the pitch or in the box.
Oh, that's a good little turn under a bit of pressure as well there. But can they move it quickly, Chris? That's the point. That if they want to increase these goals, the goals that they're scoring in this game, they need to move the ball quicker from defence to attack.
Work in the pockets into a passing lane. Good, Naomi.
That's a better ball. That's just taken 3 players out of the game.
Emily Raymond getting stopped right in the middle there. Isabella Sewards.
Go, turn him around, turn him around.
And Michinama just letting it roll on.
Drop him.
Oh, it's a sloppy pass centrally for them. Alex Gummer to capitalise. Oh, she's clever feet. She's driving.
Very strong on each of those runs.
Possibly too much. Couldn't quite squeeze the ball across. But now the NTC have got a chance. Oh,
And just like that, it's snuffed out.
it's got.
Get across, Gemma.
Arguably one of the plays of the match.
Yeah, Gummer's been very good today. Very, very good. Really good when she switched into the middle of the park and still controlled it.
Thanks for.
Interesting that the South Melbourne coach is sending players that are coming off straight into the rooms to start their recovery rather than sitting on the bench. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Interesting way of working.
In these conditions, player well-being is probably paramount for a lot of teams, I'd imagine.
Yeah, Could be.
Emily Raymond almost losing the ball there at the edge of the box. And NTC just pressing forward.
Yeah, they're trying to keep them in this half of the pitch, aren't they? They're trying to keep South in their own area.
South have had a lot of success with a few lob balls and through balls. Any attempts at short passes, that tiki-taka style is just smothered by the NTC. Naomi Chinama doing very well to shield the player off the ball there. Sizamovska's clearing.
But here they come again. Here they come
Sakalis.
again. That's 3 or 4 she's overhit now, Chris. There's something that cannot continue against the bigger clubs in the division. She'll need to be more clinical as that comes up.
Come Betty, come on Betty! Don't let it turn!
Great strength from Varley there, but there you can see Furphy giving it back. She's not going to be dominated physically by her without showing her own. It's great to see that from the young players now, not just letting the more experienced girls run them over.
Go, Frost!
Acres of space for this.
Varley somehow trying to keep the ball.
Couldn't get it out of her feet. All a bit tight in there for South.
The cross ricochets there. Off Parbury. Goes out for throw-in. NTC's way. Each challenge in itself is becoming almost key in every passage of play.
Great turn. Furphy again finding herself on the right hand side. And goal kick. There was nothing going there. She just seemed to have overrun it. Be interesting to see the stats on how far she's run with the ball today. Been very, very strong and direct in her running at times. Yeah. Leah Varley's control just letting her down there. She sort of jumped at the ball, which was unorthodox to say the least.
Naomi Chinama cutting out that attack, trying to make something happen for the NTC as well.
Erin Hudson trying to keep it in, and she's done so, I think. Yeah, she's kept it in. Taking her time, bit of time wasting there. Seems almost like with the heat, South have have decided to ease off a little bit in the last 5. Strikes me as a strange decision because the game's there to be really, really dominated by them on the scoreboard.
Southampton have forced their way back all the way to the goalkeeper. And they've turned it over there in the final third.
Oh, the touch was not great. Again, South very comfortable to give it to their back 4 to try and start building from there. Can we find a spot? It's a great little ball, slightly overhit. NTC, despite dropping that 9, they haven't shied away from trying to play the ball forward.
Another ball out wide.
Yeah. He's going to get that 2 in the box waiting. 1 short option. Plays the short option. And Janama clears up. I told you, Chris. She's going to be some player. She's got very, very good positioning for a young girl.
Raymond running into a brick wall there again. Papatsanis finds herself in a bit of space. Chinama clearing up the ball again. Very well read.
This sort of recover defence from the NTC is very good today. Well, it has been good the last 15 minutes since the sending off. Oh, it's a handball.
Handball in the box, and that will be a penalty.
That's harsh on Chinama, but it was a hand during an outward position, and he has to give it. Who's stepping up there? Chris. Sakalis. Fierce Sakalis.
The central midfielder steps up.
And great penalty.
Just puts it past Sizimovska.
Great penalty. That's one of the areas the keeper's never going to get to, Chris. When you hit it at that pace, you've picked the side and you're millimetres away from the post. Great pen.
Right in the bottom corner.
If there was any doubt in the game, the result, that definitely finishes it off. NTC have got to just play for pride now,
which they have lost none of this whole game. Holly Surfy trying to run onto a long ball on the byline.
Still trying to play the ball forward, which is good. Into the last 3 minutes of normal time, I'm going to hazard a guess at a good 5 minutes of extra time added on.
There've been a
few injuries.
Number of substitutions and the red card as well. I'd say that's a pretty good hunch.
Just sitting off, I think we might just see. Going to say it may be a rather dull end to the game. South seems to be a little bit less inclined to go forward. The press from the NTC stopped to a touch.
A long shot is taken from Holly Furphy, and of all the NTC players, I'd say she deserves a goal, but speculative to say the least.
Never going to trouble the goalkeeper from there, were you? It's Carlos misjudging the ball there. Now we're on for an opportunity. Plenty of options, and she's hit it straight into the defender. It's a sloppy pass again. Varley off. Varley's going to cause trouble again. Oh, Chinama, well done.
Almost similar players, you'd imagine, Shinama and Varley, in terms of their commanding presence.
Yeah, for sure. The young girl did well there against the strong left back now for South Melbourne.
Leo finds Parbury. Cross comes in,
The
just a bit too short.
That's a tired delivery, that, Chris. That's a tired delivery. Right. NTC girls can be very proud of what they've done today. They stayed in the game and recovered well from the heavy defeat last week. South, as far as they're concerned, it'll be job done. Came here to win. Fourth official's got his board ready, and it is indeed 5 minutes of added time. We judged that one quite well, Chris.
Well done, Dean. Shinama trying to cut out an attack.
She's leathered that one, Chris. But unfortunately, I think it may have been closer to the corner than the goal. Great turn by Firth again. The decent delivery may have just been overhit.
Not quite. Holly Murray, it's going to be a foot race.
Tighter than I thought.
Quinn just cutting that one out narrowly.
Firthy has been brilliant for the NTC today. Never stopped trying.
Especially since that red card, she's dropped back and tried to distribute and hold possession, which she's done very well.
For sure.
Parbury to Schubert.
Schubert's another one that's impressed me since she's come on, Chris. I think she's tried quite hard. I know she's just lost possession of the ball there, but I think her runs are... She's got some good ideas on where she wants to run, and yeah, I've been impressed.
Certainly plenty of grit in her challenges as well.
Yeah. Hudson plays a long ball out wide. So Varley for South Melbourne looks a lot more comfortable as a central defender as opposed to the left back here. I guess Quinn's come on to play in that central role, so someone has to be sacrificed. Shikalis is making a run down the wide. They've missed the opportunity. Mazeo's playing in, wants the ball played in behind.
South seem very comfortable just to hold on to the ball until the final whistle.
Yeah, that's how it seems, isn't it?
Raymond plays it out wide.
It's very predictable the way she went to go past her there. Oh, that's a great little turn. Schubert wasn't on the same wavelengths, but Zeus has done brilliantly in there, under a lot of pressure.
The early ball into space. As it's sitting off the shoulder.
South Coast, they're just saying that Maz is sitting right off the shoulder, waiting for a ball in behind.
Go, go, go.
And there we go.
Lets it go. Betty's streaming down the right side. What's she going to make of it? She takes a shot.
And miss. I don't know, Chris, for me, where she got behind there, I want to see her drive more towards the goal if she can and get across the defenders. She carried on running a bit too straight, ended up giving herself a very tight, very wide angle to shoot from. Player of her quality could be getting herself a little bit straighter. But again, that's where we can't allow mistakes to happen as a left back. We can't just be letting the ball go behind us. He's still singing.
The one-man active support.
He's still singing.
Doing extremely well in nearly 30-degree heat. But In case you probably won't be able to hear him on the broadcast, he is tired.
Sounds like he's had a few. Can they cap it off with one more?
Varley out wide.
Well.
Finds Sarah Richards in the middle. Right on her foot, she takes the shot.
From the edge of the box. And easy pickings for the keeper.
Just not enough strength on that shot to finish, but excellent positioning.
There you go. Stand there, get the ball. Someone drop there. Get it. Drop in. Pace.
Into the last 30 seconds of the game here though. Currently 5-1 to South Melbourne. Lucky not to handle the ball there, jumping up with their arms in the air.
Look for the early ball.
Sakalis still holding the ball.
Make your run.
Can she find the killer pass this time? No, not quite. And Chinama again, Chris, driving forward with the ball.
Can NTC make something of this attack?
Ref's letting it play out.
Furphy cuts into the box, finds a cross, finds Chinama in the middle.
Oh, and she plays it straight there. Ref's got his whistle. And that's it, Chris. It's all over.
All over Red Rover here at Knox Regional Football Centre. Very good performance from both teams despite the scoreline. NTC went a man down early in that second half. South Melbourne run out winners here. What did you make of that one, Dean?
Look, I think the result is what we all expected before the game, judging from last week, and I think that South Melbourne, they've got a lot to improve. They were by no means the finished article or the side we saw last season. They need to be a lot more clinical. So Carlos, as we mentioned, her delivery, her killer pass has to be a little bit more consistent. But overall, job done. NTC, I think they'll be overall quite happy with that.
Pick your player of the game.
My player of the game, I would say I really liked how Furphy played for the NTC. But at the end of it, I would pick Alex Gummer.
I have to agree on that one.
For me, Alex
very
Gummer.
strong.
Yeah, two different positions. Didn't look out of place in either of them and led the team well.
Thank you all for joining us in this broadcast here at Knox. South Melbourne run out winners 5 to the NTC's 1.
Cheers, mate.
Wow. Thanks a lot, guys.
It's hard because you feel like you need to speak all the time.
For the guys to come. Hey, as a group.
Martin Tyler and all that. They're amazing.
Knock over together.
Speaking about.
Cheers, man.
I suppose